Hi, Karyn here, and I thought I'd invite you to come along on a hike with me. And so here's a preview. And then once we get up there, we're going to have this awesome view of the bay. And so what I like to do with clients is first begin our hike with an intention, and even before that I like to set up some sacred space. And so what that means is just having a little bit of quiet time, really. We'll go over here, a little off the trail a little bit. There we are. Okay, and we'll just close our eyes or bring our attention and focus inside. Maybe put our hand on our heart. And we bring all of our attention and focus to the moment of right now, leaving everything else behind. It'll be there for us when we're done. I'm beginning to get in tune with what's here right now. We've got 2 turkey vultures up in the sky nearby. Can you see that? Hello. Hopefully you can see him. I'm not just it's hard to do this switching back and forth with the camera on live Facebook, but anyhow. All right, so back to tuning into our environment with our eyes, opening our sense of vision, what's around us, the colors, and opening our sense of hearing. Right now we've got lots of cars on the nearby road. You can hear the squishiness of the soil underneath me. It's still quite wet. And opening our sense of touch, feeling the sun on our skin, temperature in the air. Here comes the vultures. Hopefully you can see that. So, hello guys. Hello, reaching my hand out. Hi. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Oh, I hope you can see that. Okay, and so once we open up all our senses, we're going to set an intention. So what is it that you would like to resolve or get an insight about, make a decision perhaps? Maybe there's just a wanting for your body to be more in touch with what is, as opposed to all the spinning around that we can do in our heads with worry. Right? We all do that. But when we're outside and in touch and connecting with nature, it becomes more about the body, and we can get out of our head, we can get out of all the thinking, and we're just experiencing nature and connecting. And so maybe that's your intention. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin our hike. The first part is uphill, as you can see. And if I was with someone that wanted to take it slow and take breaks, of course we would do that. Other people might just want to charge up all the way without any stops. I always check in with the client to see what they would like to do. Other times when the client is having a lot of anger and frustration, I invite them to use these uphill climbs to feel into that frustration and anger as much as possible. Just completely open the door to it and experience it inside the body. Lots of times we don't want to feel anger or frustration, so we switch, we go into something else. During our day, we ignore it and repress it. Psychological term is repression. Repressing our feelings, but it'll just pop back up somewhere else. And so this way, we actually can, once we experience the feeling, then we can move on from it. Did you know we can use our emotions as fuel too? So for example, if you are feeling anger or frustration, you can turn that into fuel for action. It can fuel your action, like give it a super boost, propel you to do something. Sometimes, we procrastinate or we put things off, and then boom, all of a sudden we're angry and frustrated. Well, we can use that anger and frustration to finally take that action that we've been procrastinating about. Okay, we're about midpoint here. Do you hear that beautiful birdie? Hello, birdie. I don't see him, but I hear him. Oh, there. Here's a bit of more of the view from here. And there's the bay. Right now the tide is out. How we doing? All right, let's continue. Using our breath to connect. And each time we love and appreciate something when we're out in nature, it responds. I know that sounds funky, but or a little woo-woo, but try it out for yourself. I also like to strengthen my connection. Just touch the plants. Here's the beautiful, it's in the sage family. I forget the name of it because it's super long and I'm not a botanist. But just, rubbing it in my fingers, and I can I can smell it. And this particular type of sage, so good for clearing the head and clearing your thinking. And so another thing I will ask of people I go on hikes with that are using me as a life coach is I'll invite them into this world. So the world being right out there where the cars are, the roads are, houses and stuff. That's one world. And then this is another world. And someday we're going to be able to combine the two, right? And I'm hoping to bridge. That's what I love, why I love this work, because I want to be that bridge between this world, the nature kingdom, and the human world. Anyhow, back to your client session, is your session with me, is so when you step into this world, every thought and every feeling becomes a part of your process for resolving the issue, making the decision, feeling the feels, whatever it is, whatever your intention was in the beginning. So does that make sense? So let's say you're my client and you go, oh my gosh, this is your attention goes to this flower. Okay, that attention and focus drew you to your flower on purpose for a reason. And so I'd facilitate that discussion with you and the flower. I know that sounds woo-woo, but let's say it's the color that drew you in. And then I'd say, well, what is it about that color? And you would sit with that. And you're so tuned in at this point. You're already completely connected. You've got your guides with you. You know, you're in this sacred space. So it's easy for you to go, oh my gosh, that reminds me of a time when I was with my boyfriend and, oh, you know, orange was his favorite color, you know, and that's where it goes. So we follow that thread to discover what it is and why that flower was calling your attention to this experience here and now that connects you with your intention. And so that's my job, is to help you make those, connect the dots, so to speak. Okay? And then we continue, we can, okay, that's one thing we put in our basket, right? Okay, so we've got that memory with the boyfriend. Now we've got that memory. Okay, we keep going. And I'd say, what else do you notice? And maybe she'd say, well, if you look at that stone structure up there see how that little one is bouncing on the big one. And let's say the client says, well, that's pretty amazing. That little stone is balancing on the big stone. And then we look at that. Okay, what is it about balance in your life, right? And how does that apply to how things are going in your daily living right now? And then that client would be able to respond, and we'd say, okay, and then let's keep going. That's another thing to put in our basket of insights. By the way, I have no idea if this video is going to be too long. Once we're done, if it's going to be too long for me to post it or not, but I guess we'll find out. Looking to see if anybody's joined us. These live videos are interesting. Sometimes you get people and sometimes you don't. And it's kind of an odd time of day right now. It's end of the work day, about 4 p.m. Pacific time here in California. Here's some running water, and here's some more wildflower. By the way, that is called monkey flower. That's the nickname for it. All this new growth from the rains. thing that we connect with while we're on our hike is what the weather is doing, and mainly the wind. So if you come here with the perspective that we're all connected and every element is a breathing entity, has its own consciousness, so does the wind. So we pay attention when the winds come up and when the winds die down. Like just now, the winds came up. And I never make assumptions for people. I'm always checking in with them. How do you feel about that? What do you take away from that experience? How does that feel in your heart? Because really, each and every one of us has the answers. I don't proclaim to have your answer. I'm just your guide. Wow, I just can't get over how green it is. There's some more running water. This is going to be a big patch of wildflower. It looks like maybe, well, I don't want to, oh, for sure, yeah, right here is going to be a bloom. And then look up here, these beautiful big rock stones are present for us. And there's about, you probably can't see them on this camera, but there's about 5 turkey vultures circling up there. Probably a little bit too far away. And let's keep going. And so I check in again with the client. So what are you picking up on? So, oh, look at the little itty bitty yellow flowers. And let's say she's like, I love how petite they are. And I'd say, that's interesting. What is it about the petiteness that you're attracted to? And she goes, let's say she says, oh, I wish I was like that, and then she goes into maybe some disappointment she has about her weight, or maybe she envies her mother because her mother's petite and she's not. Do you see all the different directions it can go? So it's my job to connect the dots and reflect that back to her or the client and say, does that resonate with you? And she'll say yeah, or she'll switch it up a little bit, and not quite, and then she'll tell me what does resonate, and then we go from there. Or she'll say, yeah, you nailed it, yeah, and whatever, and then we go from there. So here's some more stones. We're almost to a plateau where you'll get more of a view of the bay. And so hopefully you can get the idea that it's a very organic experience to receive life coaching outdoors. We really just go with whatever comes up in the moment and how it connects with nature and your experience with nature. And then you get to see how you get to see how nature loves and supports you, and even can reflect back to you what you're needing in that moment. It's just a magical experience. And so here's another beautiful view. And then I think I'll sign off because I think I've given you a good enough idea of what life coaching outdoors and on the trail is like. Oh, look at that. when we're up high like this is a great time to breathe in, get the higher perspective knowledge, tune in and get insights of, you know, whatever it is, and just admiring that expansive view and how the sky connects to the horizon, how the water right now is reflecting the sun in such a gorgeous way. Being with it, you know, not really even analyzing it or anything, just being with it and feeling that connection and that awe and that wonder, appreciation for everything in your view. Okay, I hope that gave you a pretty good idea of what it's like to receive life coaching outside and out on the trail with me. And if you'd like, you can go to my website, anewleafforyou.com, and click on the services page. That link is actually on this video, hopefully. I put it there. Let's see if it's still there. And all right, so signing off until next time. Let's see if I can figure out how to end the video.